Hello, it is good to see you on the mat here today. Welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Per request, today we have a nice runner's recovery stretch flow. So this is perfect. This is a perfect recovery for after a nice long run or a lot of cardio, like a bike ride, or say you just trained legs at the gym. This flow will mix dynamic movements to help you open up and holding of static stretches to really help loosen up your muscles. We target all of those areas, the feet, the ankles, the calves, all of the leg muscles, as well as a little bit of the core, and of course, some upper body opening as well to help balance us out a little bit. So if you would like to have a block or a yoga strap, you might want to grab those now if you're feeling extra tight. Otherwise, whenever you are ready, we can start just like this in a nice, easy seat. First, beginning with just a few moments of attention to our breath. So leaving your workout behind, whatever you just did, whatever responsibilities you have, we're coming into the present moment here on the mat together, taking a big, big breath in, and then let it all go. Taking two more like that, maybe letting the hands come to the belly as you feel yourself inflate and deflate. Sitting up nice and tall, one more big breath. Taking the hands behind the lower back, interlace the fingers, and then pull the hands down to help you lift the chest. Just getting a little shoulder opener here. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. You can have some nice background music on if you would like to help soothe yourself during this practice. Letting the hands go. Take the hands to the knees as we tilt the head towards the left, drawing the shoulders down, just feeling a nice little stretch on the right side of the neck here. Letting gravity pull your head down. And then deepening this stretch as the left fingertips come to the mat. Right arm reaches overhead. Big side body stretch. We can stay here. Maybe we want the left hand to come to the right knee. This kind of like cross body action. You might feel a little bit of a deeper side stretch there. And then lifting back up, keeping this right arm raised as you scoop the left underneath, trying to find your version of eagle arms. Just focusing on sending the scapula behind you. So really, really rounding through the back, tucking the chin in. Just creating space on the sides of the spine. Beautiful. And then on your next breath, gently release. Take the feet together, pressing the feet together, nice bound angle. Find one breath here to lift up. Big inhale. And exhale, begin to pull the chest forward. Really working through the inner groins, maybe wrapping the hands around the toes. Really sending the feet together, knees come down towards the mat. On your next inhale, lift the chest back up. Still in your bound angle, rock back on the sit bones, keeping the feet pressed together in this balancing bound angle. So still trying to pull the feet in towards the hips as you lift the chest up. You can kind of feel a nice stretch maybe on the tops of the thighs as well. Use your breath. Stick with your balance. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, staying in bound angle, place the feet back and then fold over. So kind of reaching for opposite elbows, really kind of rounding, trying to let your forehead come to the feet, releasing tension in the hips. Just letting the blood rush to the head. And then on your next inhale, gently lift back up. Grab the feet with the left hand. If you can, place the forearm on your left shin as you reach the right arm over. Big, big side body stretch. Find as much space in your body as you can. And then we will prepare to do the other side. Exhale to release, sitting back up, crossing the feet at the ankles again, reaching the arms behind the lower back, big breath in, lifting the chest nice and high, using the hands to help draw the chest up as you pull the hands down towards the earth. Throughout this whole practice, just notice how you feel. Tune back into the body and the breath whenever you can. Releasing the hands, finding our little neck stretch, taking the head over the right shoulder. Finding another breath here, making sure to drop those shoulders down before finding your side stretch. Left arm shoots overhead. And then we can stay here, or we can cross that right arm over, whichever way you took on the other side. And lifting back up to neutral spine, tucking the right arm underneath the left, finding our eagle arms. Inhale, send the hands up as you press outwards through the back. Really trying to send the scapula to the back side of the room. Not a perfect alignment of the spine right here. Tuck the chin in. Take one more big breath. And then on your next exhale, gently release, coming into our bound angle. A few breaths to open the groins even more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull forward. Keeping the sit bones nice and rooted, so if they start to lift off, kind of pull your chest back a little bit. We want the sit bones down on the floor. On your next inhale, lifting back up, coming into our little balancing bound angle, maybe transitioning a little bit more smooth than the first time now that we kind of know where we're headed. Pulling the feet into the hips. Getting some core strength here, finding your balance. Last breath. And exhale carefully with control. Let the feet down as we fold over, reaching for opposite elbows. Try to put the other arm on top. That kind of feels weird. As you round through the spine, still pressing the feet together. Nice active muscles in the lower body as we release and find some ease in the upper body. And then carefully unfurl yourself and find your side stretch with the left arm, reaching overhead. Yes. Big, beautiful breath in and out. And exhale. Gently come back up through center. Finding a little twist here. So keep this left knee bent, planted on the ground. Cross this right over. Find your left arm, wrap it around your right knee. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to find a small, gentle twist, really grounding down through this right foot and the left shin. Just kind of working through that hip crease. Beautiful, and exhale, just coming into the other side. So gently switch your legs. Hopefully we're warmed up enough for this very close twist. So find your position, then inhale to lift, and on your exhale, twist. Giving yourself a nice little hug here, a nice little job well done for your workout, that you're helping your body to recover. Send your body loving thoughts on your next breath. And then come back to center, uncross those legs, and make your way into tabletop pose in the middle of the mat. So grounding down through the tops of the feet and the hands, gaze in between the hands, big breath in. Then exhale, big toes together, slide the hands out, child pose. Inhale, come through tabletop. To exhale, send the hips up, downward facing dog. Finding a little mini flow here, so just one exhale. Then inhale, drop the knees, and exhale, child pose. Coming through tabletop, breath in, and exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Staying in your downward facing dog for a moment, just take this time to lift up onto the balls of the feet, bend one knee and then the other, just kind of working through the backs of the legs. Finding anything that feels good here, maybe some together heel raises. Before lowering back down onto the knees and taking a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, round, press away from the mat. Beautiful. Taking about one more round, moving with your breath. Then coming back through tabletop to tuck the toes and sit back on the heels, coming into a little toe stand, working through the bottoms of the feet, the toes, anything here. So if your feet are a little sore, we can give them a nice little massage. Make sure we kind of like grab the little pinky toe out, try and space them out. And then we can also rock back and forth, really giving the toes a nice stretch, feeling this all along the bottoms of the feet. We're here for a few breaths, so if you want more of a static stretch hold, or if you want to kind of play around here, take what you need, find what feels good, what feels nurturing and healing to your body. Maybe a little mix of both. Find one more deep breath. And on your exhale, coming back through tabletop, untuck those feet, maybe pound them out, the tops of the feet on the mat. That might feel really good. And then find our static tabletop, ground down through this left knee, and send the right leg back, extending it, coming up onto the ball of the foot, really reaching the heel back to get a nice stretch in the calf. Gazing between the hands, nice and active, keeping the core tight. This would feel amazing if we've gone on a really, really long run, or if we're a little dehydrated. We tend to cramp up in the legs. One more breath. Then keeping this right leg extended, kickstand this left over to the side. Ground down through the left hand, peel the right arm up, inhale. And then exhale, send that right arm overhead. Big, full, big stretch. I think I meant to say big, full body stretch. And then if we want to walk those fingertips out a little more, we're reaching the right arm up as we lift the right leg, reaching for the ankle. Find your ankle, find your footing here. Then press through the foot and the hand to open the hips. Getting a nice big opening, feeling length in the front of the thigh. Really squeezing through the glutes. One more breath. Then exhale, release that leg, stepping the right up into a little low lunge. So send the left leg back, find your positioning here, and then reach up. Hands come to the knee as we sink the hips down and forward, getting a beautiful big stretch in the front of the psoas. Taking a few breaths here. Notice how you feel. And staying in this position of a low lunge, otherwise we can kick the back ankle up and try to find some strength in the hamstring here as we reach up, really, really squeezing through the legs. Beautiful, one more breath. Exhale, release the left leg and send the hips back, half splits, flexing the right foot back at the face, fingertips find the mat. Making sure our hips are square, we stay here for a few breaths as well. You can release a little bit more on each exhale. Taking the chest a little bit closer to the leg. Stopping anywhere we feel a major discomfort or if we start to feel pain. Consciously release the muscles. And then take the chest back up. Take the left fingertips over to the other side of the leg and find a little twist. And returning back to center. Come in through a low lunge. Plant the hands, tuck the back foot. Coming into a downward facing dog. Then sweep the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips, really pressing that foot to the opposite side of the room, squeezing through the glutes. We can take this moment to roll out the ankle. If we are feeling something there, if we're feeling tight, also just give your joints a little bit TLC. The ankle gets forgot about a lot. One more breath. Then straighten the legs, square the hips, bring the leg in through the chest, nice high lunge, plant the foot down, inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, turn on that back foot, warrior two. Come up onto the ball of the back foot, nice high lunge, we're doing this 3 times. Exhale, warrior two. Move with your breath. Find your state of flow. And warrior two. Meeting back in our nice high lunge. Rain the fingertips down. They frame the foot. We drop the back knee and turn this leg out. So we are on our outer edge of our right foot. We can untuck the back foot, plant the left hand, really just let yourself open up. Let yourself release, surrender here. So our right foot is kind of angled at the corner of the mat. If you need to readjust at all, please do so. Find what feels nurturing. So keeping the chest lifted, release tension. And then shifting your weight a little bit more forward so we can kick this back ankle up, reach for the ankle, and then find what feels good to you here. We can have it more of an open stretch, or if we want to target the quadriceps, you can really pull the ankle into the hips and kind of draw this right knee back in front. Beautiful. Release the ankle on your next exhale, and then walk that foot over to the other side of the mat, coming into a pigeon pose. Releasing down, extending the left leg behind, and whenever you have square hips, use your exhales to gently walk the fingertips forward, coming into a sleeping swan or any other version that allows you to open up in the buttocks. Staying here for a nice few breaths, finding a little ease here. Let yourself surrender down to the earth. Letting thoughts drift in and out. Finding one last big breath before gently lifting up, walking the hands back, and coming onto the knees, making your way back into tabletop so we can do the whole thing one more time. So find yourself in tabletop, and then extend the left leg long, coming up onto the ball of the foot, really pressing into the mat with the hands in the ball of the left foot, sending the heel back, taking nice even breaths. Nice neutral spine. And then kickstand this right leg behind you, planting the right arm, left reaches overhead. And then overhead, big stretch. Maybe take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Finding a nice long line from fingertips to toes. And then when you're ready, reach that left arm back up, extending the left leg up in the air to grab a hold of the ankle, pressing through the hand to help you open through the hips. Squeezing the glutes, using your core strength and your breath as tools for this position. Last breath. Exhale to release and plant that left foot in the front of the mat, turning, coming into your low lunge, lifting up, hands come to the knee, and exhale, sink the hips down and forward. Really saying hello to this right hip flexor. Locating any tension that we may still be holding in the hips on this next exhale, release. And staying here or finding some fun and kicking the back foot up. Really squeezing, active, finding nice strength back here as we stretch the quadricep, strengthening the hamstring, helping to prevent any hamstring injuries, which can be common, especially for runners. One more breath, really send that ankle up higher into the hips. And exhale, release it down. As you send the hips back, half splits. Fingertips, find the mat. Make sure our hips are square here, flexing that left foot. And taking a few breaths to ease in. Taking your time, there's no need to rush. Beautiful. Then the right fingertips come over to the other side of the leg as we twist to the left. Framing the left foot, coming back through our low lunge to tuck the back foot and make our way into downward facing dog. And sweep the left leg up high. Bend the knee and stack the hips. Flexing this left foot, pressing it away from you. And then maybe taking our ankle rotations. Exhale, three-legged dog, gaze at the hands. Bend the knee, bring it in nice and high, releasing into our high lunge, arms sweep up overhead. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge, and warrior two. Finding your own rhythm. And then meeting back in our high lunge. Rain the fingertips down, exhale. Lower the right knee and come into whatever variation of this winged dragon. Pressing the knee with the left hand. Making sure this feels good to your body and modifying however you need. One more big breath. And then gently take that left knee up a little bit so we can reach for the back ankle. Pulling the ankle in, getting a nice quadricep stretch. Kind of shifting the hips back a little bit to pull the foot closer in. You'll feel it more in the top of the thigh. Exhale, lovingly release that ankle and gently make your way into pigeon. Settling in before walking the fingertips out and melting down. Releasing physical tension as well as mental worry with every conscious and intentional breath. You have the power. The power is all in your mind. What you choose to hold on to and what you choose to release. When you're ready to lift back up and press the hands back, we're sliding into a little Sphinx pose. So we can come onto the forearms and just gently extend the left leg right by the right. Kind of scooting back. I've traveled a little bit today. So our elbows are underneath our shoulders, fingers spread wide, and inhale, lift the chest. Squeezing through the glutes, active in the lower back. Nice long spine, just opening through the heart. 2 breaths. And then lower the forehead down on your next exhale to gently come onto one side and roll onto the back. Feet are planted hip distance apart. You probably know what's coming next. Plant the palms by the sides, and on your next exhale, squeeze through the glutes to send the hips up. Bridge pose. Really squeezing here, keeping the knees knitted together, not letting them splay out to the sides. Beautiful. On your next exhale, release the hips down. Hug the knees into the chest, 1 big breath. Then send the knees over the hips, taking the shins kind of parallel to the mat. Extend the arms out to the sides and let the knees fall to the left for a little twist. Still gazing at the ceiling. Take them back up and let them fall to the right. Adding a little bit of core strength. Finding gentle little twists as we enter our cool down of this cool down. Beautiful. And once you've evened yourself out, take the knees back up, extend the left leg long, and hug the right knee into the chest. 1 breath, feel that hip crease open up. And then cross the right ankle over the left knee as you lift the leg and pull the legs into the chest for a little reverse pigeon, a little glute action. Really press the lower back down into the mat. Coming back to the breath. And then extend the bottom leg on your next exhale. Maybe taking the hands up to the calf, pulling the legs in. And then keeping this right leg on top, going to bend the bottom leg, cross them over, so we're stacking our knees, coming into a little supine cow face legs or shoelace pose. So reaching for both of the feet or the ankles and just finding what you need here to unlock your hips. Pulling the ankles in further, maybe out closer, kind of play with what you need, what feels good. One last breath, pull them in a little bit closer. And then keeping hold of your bottom leg, so this left foot Release the right. Come onto the left side, crossing the other leg on top. That was kind of confusing, but for a little cattail pulling pose. So we're still holding on to the bottom leg, kind of making a little pillow for yourself here. Finding a nice big twist. Taking any other twists that you need if this does not work for you. This is kind of an intense twist, so make sure to listen to yourself. And then carefully rolling back onto the back, extending the right leg, left knee comes into the chest. One big breath. And then lift the right leg, cross the left ankle over, finding your reverse pigeon, flexing the feet, pulling the legs in close to the chest. Coming back to your breath. And then extending the right leg long. Finding a deeper sensation, perhaps. And then bending that leg, stacking the knees, reaching for the feet. Letting go on your exhales. Whatever that means to you today. And then gently releasing the top foot, rolling onto your right side, and coming into your twist. Taking your awareness to the spine. The sound of your breath. And whenever you're ready, gently roll back onto the back, unleash your legs, and take the knees in. Find gentle little hip circles. Just kind of move that energy around. And then finding some stillness, pressing the soles of the feet together, reaching for the outer edges of the feet, pulling them in towards the hips, finding this intense hip opener. Or meeting in happy baby, if this doesn't work for you, which is where we are headed next. And then releasing the feet, taking hold of the big toes and letting the knees open to the sides. Maybe straightening the legs a little bit. Take this moment to check in with yourself, see how you feel, if there's anything else that you need to feel completely recovered and stretched out. You can kind of locate that now. And then you are welcome to take it whatever it is you need. I invite you. Listen to your body. Then release the feet, extend the legs up, kind of finding a little bit of legs up the wall. We can also place our legs up against the wall, just kind of getting the blood circulating back up from the feet to the heart, to the chest, to the head, to all of the organs in the abdomen. Maybe you can shake out the legs a little bit if you need to here. Finding nice big breaths. And staying in legs up the wall, or maybe planting the feet down and letting the knees knock together, or finding any other final resting position that feels good to you. And just ending this practice with a few moments of stillness and silence, sending some appreciation to your body for all the hard work that it does. Consciously relaxing your muscles, letting all the nice benefits seep in to your body, your muscles, your cells. And whenever you are ready to release this practice and head on with the rest of your day, you can make your way to a gentle seat where I thank you for joining me on the mat today, especially on a recovery day, a day that you might not want to move that much, where things might feel a little stiff and sticky. But my hope is that we were able to relieve some of that muscle tightness, maybe some mental tension as well. So I would love to know how this worked out for you, especially if it was a recovery day and you had an intense workout, and that's probably why you were here, right? But I so look forward to the next time that we meet, and I just appreciate your support on Yoga with Paige and for choosing me to be your guide today. So until we meet again next time, my dear friend, take this recovery day. You've deserved it. Give your body some rest.